Okay, so what I want to talk about is something that I was told this week, and it was great leaders sustain ambition in the face of frustration. Let me tell you what, I heard that and I was like, dang, that's true. That's really, really true. And then, you go about your life, and that was on Wednesdays. And you go about your life, you do all the things. Well, guess what? Today was one of those in the face of frustration. Boy, was I in the face of frustration. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm the kind of person that sometimes I quite literally will get like angry tears if I feel like I'm not doing well enough, or I feel like I'm not helping enough people, or I feel like, I know, I just feel like my efforts and the things that I'm doing are not working, which, as someone who has to promote their business online and relies heavily on networking and marketing and those kind of things, it gets extremely frustrating when those things don't pan out. Sorry for the squeaking of a Dawn toy. And so I was in that. And like, I talked to my boyfriend and I was like, I don't know what to do anymore. Like, I'm frustrated. And then I got on the phone with someone from First Form who I absolutely love. And just truly talking with other people sometimes is the most helpful concept. And that's ironic because that's literally what I do as a coach is I talk through things with people. But I mean, anyone who can relate to this, you know what you know. You're so used to helping other people that like you truly sometimes you just have to take everything in on your own and be like, no, it's good. Like, I got it. I got it. I got it. Well, even leaders need leaders. And I know that from a faith standpoint of like, I always need God. I always need Jesus. I'm always going to rely on prayer, and my purpose is found within Christ, and my life is directed by God. And I know these things. And that's great and fine and well. But when it comes to like real life business type of things, I am horrible at asking for help. And I find so much confidence in like the circle of people that I have around me that like those are truly people that I can ask for help. And that's why I have like weekly business calls. That's why I have mentors. That's why I have people that I look up to. And so just as much as I pray to God and I ask God for help, like I also feel it's super, super important to have a good group of people around you that you can talk to. And all that to say is that I remembered literally 10 minutes ago. I was like, wait, what was that quote that I wrote down from the call that I was on? And it was truly, literally just sustain ambition in the face of frustration. Because when you can do that, just like we can stay faithful in the times of sadness or the times of anger or when we don't know what's coming, when we can do that, that's what's life changing. That's how we give it all to God. That's how we end up being successful. That's how you continue to grow and move on and keep going. When you can't, when you can't do those things, that's often when you hear people say, like, that's never gonna happen for me, or I'm not good enough. And you stay stuck in this bubble of me, pity me, I'm awful, this is awful, whatever, God didn't hear me. When you accept your circumstances as your identity, when you get stuck in all of these things, when you can't move on, when you can't understand that, like, what is happening is not permanent, that's why you're stuck. Now, when you can understand that what's happening is just what's happening in this moment, it does not stick forever. It is not going to last forever. God truly can change things like that. You truly can change your mindset like that. Because everything you think up here, you don't have to think. All the thoughts that run through your mind, you don't have to think. I will never forget a literally a quote from a book that I read years ago, and it's you don't have to think every thought. Now I can expand on that, but that's a whole rabbit hole in itself. But truly take to heart, you don't have to think every thought. Not every thought deserves your attention because we think thousands of thoughts a day. Excuse the dog. We think thousands of thoughts a day, and a lot of them are negative. And again, I can go into the science of brain chemistry and all of that, but just remember that the negative thoughts that are going through your mind don't need your attention. And you have the ability to change your perspective just by thinking the positive thought or realizing this is a learning moment. This is a tool. This is something that I can take with me later. This isn't permanent. This is temporary. All of those things. You have the ability to change the course of your life just by a simple thought. But you also have the ability to get stuck in where you're at by a simple thought.